You're listening to WICR, Iona College Radio.
In the last 2 hours, I've lost my job, my apartment, my car, and my girlfriend.
What's up, guys? And we're back. So, we'll jump right into team performances. So, earlier we started off with Sebastian Giovinco from Toronto FC, but now we're going to talk about the team as a whole. Toronto FC, they've been playing very well, in the earlier and, middle of the season, but now they're not doing so well. They're actually dropping in the standings, which is crazy because, with, Giovinco on the team, it was amazing on how they were doing so well, but now they're not doing as well as they were before. So, I don't know. What are your thoughts on that?
I think that is probably, in part to, with the MLS, there's a lot of veteran teams. And outside of the MLS, you need the best players, and you need to, you want youth at all times. The MLS is very different into where the veteran teams can truly just stay consistent, and a team like Toronto, who maybe is a little reliant on Giovinco, and they don't really have that. They don't rely on one guy. They're very team oriented, and that's what keeps them always up top and playing so well and things like that. And I think that maybe is the case for Toronto here. You look at a team like the New England Revolution, who's above them, who maybe doesn't have that same talent level, but they just have the consistency that keeps them on top.
Yeah. So, we'll just have to see what Toronto does. Hopefully they step up their game, so they can, get back to the top. But, let's just jump back right to the Italian league, Serie A, and let's talk about the AC Milan versus Inter Milan derby game that just happened a couple days ago. For those who don't know, it's like El Clasico, Barcelona, Real Madrid, or Manchester United, Man City. But here in Serie A, this week, Inter Milan actually beat AC Milan 1-0, and Inter Milan is in the is in the first place of the standings of Serie A, and it's just amazing because you've heard of the derby before, right?
Oh, absolutely, of course.
So what can you tell us about that little derby going on? Maybe little legends that used to play on that team.
Well, I know that is, it's a huge deal. Truthfully, for Italian soccer fans, that is as big, if not bigger, than El Clasico. It's the big dance. It's the big one. Obviously, Inter came away with the win. They're right now on top. I want to say this though: AC Milan, and Mario Balotelli.
Yeah.
There's some interesting stuff going on there. Mario Balotelli has all talent in the world, but he just can't seem to get it together. Now, he came on as a sub in that game, and a 25-yard bullet he hit, and it hits the post. He's already got a goal for the team. He really might be able to do some impressive stuff with AC Milan. Inter right now obviously is just looking like the better side. That's why they're on top of the division. But they're only 3 games into the season. But still, I just think that to me, if I were to say, there's one big takeaway, it would probably be the fact that Balotelli may seem like he's finding some home there.
So yeah, Balotelli is actually Italian born. Played at AC Milan. Couple years back, is actually on loan right now from Liverpool. As Walsh said, him being at home, that's probably like a great example because another great example is the legend, the Brazilian Kaka, who was in AC Milan for so many years. At a certain point in his career, he actually had moved to Real Madrid, where, to be honest, he really didn't do much. He was benched the majority of the time he was there, which was, terrible because, Kaka being like, a previous Ballon d'Oro winner, it's just crazy that someone with that type of stats, is benched on, one of the Spanish league's best team. Mm-hmm. And then, him coming back to AC Milan for a bit, you saw that, he was home. Everyone was excited that he'd coming back, and you would see his performance there because he knew the team, he knew the playing type, he just knew his teammates well out of AC Milan, and just showing that is just incredible on how one player can be the greatest in one team, but then just drop down to like the worst player of time with a different team. So it's crazy, very crazy. Let's jump right into quickly with Chelsea. Chelsea's given up 12 goals in the last 5 games, and it's crazy because last year they given up 12 goals, and it took them only it took them 5 games to conceive 12 goals last year, and this year it's pretty much the opposite, which is insane.
Yeah, it took them 15 games until they gave up 12 goals. This year, it happened in 5. And it's kind of hard to maybe really put your finger on what's wrong with this team. The talent is there. The Courtois injury is massive.
Yeah.
He was great for them last year. But also, Courtois didn't get tested much. Not saying that's betting against Courtois. It's just that defense was so good. They kept possession very well within the midfield between Fabregas and Matic. Chelsea just doesn't seem to have much going for them right now. At all. I don't really know exactly how to label it though. It's hard to say. I'm sure that there are people out there saying, "Oh, it's not hard," and they know the answer. Well, tell Mourinho the answer then, and tell him how to figure it. I mean, he's got the talent for sure.
Yeah, he sure does.
But they just don't seem to be able to put it together and come away with victories. It's very, very astonishing, honestly. I feel that when most people looked at Chelsea, they looked at them as the favorites to win the BPL again, and just like that, I mean, they are with a -5 goal differential, only 4 points thus far in the season. And you look at Man City right now with 15 points. Now, I don't think that Chelsea's going to be this bad all year. Okay, Chelsea right now is 1 spot away from relegation. That's not happening. Yeah. But Chelsea right now, I mean, that's a team that it's if they don't win a title, that's a bad year. That's the type of club they are. And an 11-point differential already to City is something that's going to be very tough for them to climb. They're going to have to find form very quickly.
Yeah, most definitely. Hopefully, like you said, hopefully Mourinho, gets his stuff together, because he definitely has the talent. So hopefully, they step their game up. But, guys, let's jump into our last segment. Fun facts, I always like to save that best for last. So, here's one fun fact. So when when David Beckham was playing at Real Madrid, I believe he was the number
7.
Yeah, he was the number 7. But then when he had moved to a different team, I believe it was I believe when he was at Manchester, he was the number 7. I think. And when he moved to different teams, he actually had to change his jersey number. But the jersey number 7 was already taken, so he had chosen number 23. And the funny thing is, the reason he chose it because it was Michael Jordan had that number. So what do you think about David Beckham and the Michael Jordan thing?
Yeah, I mean, I think David Beckham is like, he's from England. I feel he's very not Americanized, but he's very in touch with like what goes on over here. And I think that honestly, in regards to numbers, like that number 23, I feel like is just the most iconic number. Yeah. It's like it's the most recognizable number for a player.
Yeah, most definitely. So it's like Walsh said, it's cool that he's in touch with other sports because who other people's numbers would probably want to be like number 7 or number 10 because that's Cristiano Ronaldo's or Messi's number. Mm-hmm. So a lot of people really want to jump on those 2 numbers, but it's cool that he chose number 23. Also, another cool fun fact: Neymar is the only Brazilian soccer player to have graced the cover of Time magazine, which is insane.
Kid's a star, man. He's a star. Neymar's a guy I think where a lot of people probably have an opinion, whether it's they like him or they really dislike him.
Right.
But he's a star. I mean, the kid really is. He's a top player, man. He's a top player.
Yeah. It's cool that that he's the only Brazilian that's ever been on.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Ronaldinho really has the face for magazine covers.
For those people who don't know, Ronaldinho's kind of an old player. If you do follow soccer, you get the joke. If you don't follow soccer, Google up Ronaldinho of Ronaldinho smiling.
You'll see real quick.
You'll see why he's not on Time magazine. So one more quick fact. Wayne Rooney actually has a younger brother who's also a professional soccer player. His name is John Rooney, and he actually used to play for the New York Red Bulls alongside with Thierry Henry.
I never knew that.
Yeah. He didn't really start that much. They didn't get to play. Didn't get a lot of playing time. But he's touched the ball a couple times for the team. I forgot what team he's at right now. I think he's in some team in England right now. Not too big of a name, but he has the looks of Wayne Rooney. Tell you that right now.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know too much of his playing skills because again I've never really seen him play that well. But yeah, guys. So this has been Gold Radio. We're gonna sign it off and leave you guys with the song after. So tune in next week, Wednesday at 12. We'll be talking about more soccer. I'm Gus.
Okay, Walsh. Peace.
Later, guys.